Greetings to all, my dear friends. Thus, the key to staying motivated and sustaining high levels of energy lies in unlocking the secret behind it. What needs to be done in order for there to be energy as well as motivation, and that is how people want it. So, what exactly is motivation? Motivation is a crucial factor that is needed for individuals who are feeling lost and lacking in principle. An individual lacks awareness not only of what he is unaware of about himself, but also in general. When he is experiencing a state of confusion, he requires a motivating factor. Subsequently, he quickly regained composure, concentrated, and proceeded. However, this demonstrates a profound lack of awareness and consciousness. This implies that an individual not only fails to invest in self-improvement, but also signifies that, for instance, I will never turn to such methods and will not derive any lessons from it. Merely for the simple reason that the sole motivation that ought to exist is the insatiable desire for knowledge and the relentless pursuit of intellectual growth. And if it is not present, well, all these motivations, they can aid achieve, I do not know, some financial success, some kind of success, some, I do not know, I cannot really. Is it possible to attain some family well-being through motivation, through the power of motivation, through the influence of motivation, through the impact of motivation, through the strength of motivation? What type of motivation is required? I will experience happiness when it is attained. Does it sound like this or what? So this is madness. So in addition to all the madness that already exists, we incorporate even more madness, thereby motivating the individual. I believe that this is not the correct approach to take, and in general, if an individual has not determined their needs in terms of personal and professional growth and development, what they must do is reassess themselves, reshape themselves, and undergo a transformation. They should utilize their resources, cease feeling sorry for themselves, refrain from spreading their tears, and stop dwelling on grievances and self-pity. They may also need to address feelings of self-importance and other beliefs. So if an individual has not figured it out, if he has not understood that his ego is full of madness, he needs to straighten himself out. He needs to put himself under total review 10,000 times, that is, constantly analyze what exactly you are doing at the moment, what intentions you are constructing for the purpose of moving forward in your life's journey. So if an individual still hasn't completely figured it out, you can experiment with certain motivations, companions, but as for me, it is not my game that I'm interested in playing. Apologies, but it's true. This is not my game, my play here. Well, allow them to play with whomever they desire. For the motherland, for Stalin, for the cause of socialism and the triumph of the proletariat. Only forward signifies their success there, and we will persevere and achieve a breakthrough without a doubt. Well, that is truly wonderful. This is an incredibly good motivation, and there is an absolutely huge amount of motivation that cannot be overstated. You know, there are even channels that are motivating where they show successful people. So here's a successful person, he does it like this, and an unsuccessful person, he does it like this. They show how everyone does it, so this should tell you something. In fact, you still do it the way you do it. And you do it the way you do it precisely because it does not work that way. It does not learn through verbal dialogue. It does not learn through us just telling you how to do it. And you are like, boom, and started doing it differently. If it were that easy, everyone would have rearranged and done things differently. Yes, these are personal growth trainings and so on. In those trainings, they mentally persuade a person that's how it should be. He is like that. Yes, I will be like that. All of a sudden, he starts making his schedule there and so on. Do you comprehend? The veracity of actuality is that you must discover a happy medium. Here is the truth. In balance, in the understanding that somewhere it is necessary, lies the reality that cannot be ignored. To be able to swiftly modify your plans and commence taking action and thinking in a different manner than before. And in certain situations, you may need, conversely, to pursue your own distinct path, advancing with clarity and precision exactly along the guiding lines that an individual has outlined and established as their guiding principles. Here you have planned like this and you go like this, and find between what I have now let go. I am a free artist, I am in the flow, so let it flow on its own and embrace the freedom of creative expression. The universe provides all within itself, and what doesn't exist will come into being, in my view, in due time. Both paths are correct. You must manage to execute between them in a way that allows you to play on this wave like a surfer, aim for the golden mean, and navigate between one rule and the other. Then you will be able to establish your own rule. Then you may have your own structures being built, some of your own wisdom will start to appear, and your own knowledge will be acquired. According to Buddha, if you tighten the string, it will eventually break and be incapable of producing sound, as he himself stated during his teachings. If the string is loosened excessively, it will also be unable to produce any sound when played. And do you know at what moment he said that? So he remained in asceticism for a prolonged period and practically starved to death there. Yes, an individual brought him a small amount of food to that location, but he declined all of it. Ultimately, he consumed a small amount of food, and wisdom dawned on him that total abandonment of all possessions would sever the tether. So, in the event that you attempt to reconstruct it by relying solely on your ego, even though it is undeniably a brilliant idea, it is ultimately not feasible or practical in any way, shape, or form. You won't be able to embed programs in yourself. You simply won't be able to, because consciousness has no priority. It's zero. And in order for consciousness to appear, it is necessary for an empty space to appear in the body of the mind. To create space in the mind, meditate and master the art of doing nothing. Embrace emptiness for clarity and peace. So what is this at all, doing nothing? Do you understand? For the mind, this is very difficult, it is impossible, because it always does, it always thinks, it always speaks, it is always ready. Satsangs give themselves, imparting profound wisdom, that is, without exception, invaluable. The matches were great, the speeches were inspiring, and there were some truly super breakthrough ideas that emerged during the event. So it does not work at all. Do you understand? That is, it is about the fact that if you need motivation, it means that you have no work for self-improvement to do. And that's a crucial aspect to consider. You are not even at the commencement of the pathway or in any location. You are simply non-existent and devoid of any presence or significance whatsoever. You are in search of motivation. You do not perceive yourself. You are in need of motivation. The sole thing you require is to remember. Bear in mind that attention should be directed towards the source, to your very own source at all times, without exception, under all circumstances. And then yes, for the initial time, for the first few years, you will pass your metro station, your stops, gaze at the wheel, engage in another activity. You will experience some serious altered states of consciousness, see something, the universe will unfold, fold, and everything will be so fascinating. But trust me, because once you reach that stage, you will truly understand the profound beauty of sobriety, the exquisite beauty of a simple existence without any extraordinary incidents or remarkable movements. It is in those moments of tranquility and simplicity that you will discover the true essence of life, devoid of any grandiose or exceptional experiences. As far as I'm concerned, we figured it out. When a person begins to appreciate the simple presence here and now, the simple presence in sobriety, when there is no longer a desire for you to feel good because you are not feeling bad, you are already feeling good. Yes, it is not a profound ecstasy, it is not an extremely pleasant sensation, it is just, yes, a simple presence devoid of any extraordinary experiences. Yet in this basic existence there is balance, beauty, neutrality, nothingness. Nothing happens, neither good nor bad, hot nor cold. It is a simple, serene state of being. Not high, not low, just as it is, and it is sober, clean, correct. In this state, of course, motivation, there is absolutely no need for it. Motivation suggests that you are experiencing decline, that you are enduring significant suffering, that you require some motivation to continue living, to relocate. You must have a passion for something. And if you are not enthusiastic, then what? An individual should burn only with knowledge, a desire to acquire knowledge. And over time, this desire to acquire knowledge becomes visible too, and an individual lets it go too. At that precise moment, knowledge emerges when you completely let go of everything without any reservations. And obviously, you have to go through this, you have to comprehend this, you have to experience this, feel it. That is, you must not simply become accustomed to it. These concepts, this self-observation, this continuous introspection, perpetual self-examination, self-improvement, it should become an integral part of you. You must feel how it sprouts in you, and at first not talk about it, so that it takes root, so that it does not fall out along with your words, because at first they are absolutely ridiculous. When you start trying to explain the essence of knowledge to someone when knowledge has not yet sprouted in you, it is immediately felt that it is fake. And when knowledge has already sprouted, when knowledge is already present inside of you, then you feel that you have become one with this knowledge. And when you become this knowledge, you start it. You can no longer not express it. It is overwhelming and starts to seep through you onto other individuals. This is fantastic. When it comes to energy, it's essentially the same point, with the exception of one small factor that requires an understanding of the interaction between one person and another person in order to fully grasp the concept. Understanding the interaction of one's internal dominance is necessary, and it is crucial to consider the formation of an image and interaction to gain a comprehensive understanding of oneself. Play, person. When some images are in the head, there is a constant dispute with someone, constant proving something to someone, constant buzzing, then it is, of course, like open hooks sticking out of the aura. And naturally, something from the exterior is positioned on them. These can be simple items, or there are essences that can exert influence on these mental hooks. And there can be significant external factors that come into play. The first step is to analyze external energy informational damages and gradually deal with internal ones in order to address the issues in constructions effectively and ensure their long-term stability. In my situation, there was nobody to eliminate these external influences from me. I was examining the internal ones. Like all other individuals who embark on the journey of acquiring knowledge, who begin to introspect. As a matter of course, these dysfunctions are inevitably exposed. Naturally, all these tears, emotions, and laughter inevitably begin to unfold. Certain joys, fears, different experiences, that is, these emotions that are stuck start to become apparent. One thing, it's your internal blockage, you expressed it, and however it played out, you went to the core, rethought it, that's it, as they say, forgave, accepted, released, everything is fine. Another matter is that this is an external influence, and no matter how much you forgive, let go, or reevaluate, it will still arise, it will still come back and accumulate practically instantly. That is, the structure will not change, which means that the fundamental nature of the situation remains unchanged despite any efforts to address it. As if they poured a little water and it filled up again, here is what the picture will look like. In such a situation, find a teacher. Look for someone who will delve deeper, knows more, and can provide you with the necessary assistance. These are the instructions I have for you. Find your own balance, find your own awareness of what is referred to as here in this moment, and keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Embrace the blossoms of love and let them guide you on your journey.